Ooh, Nelly. We're back. Oh my gosh. This weekend was such a long one for me. Felt like I was never going to get back to stream. Man, oh man. All right, while people are filing in, what's up, Charles? You are indeed first. Congrats, my friend. Hope your week's going good. Anyway, while people are filing in, I'm gonna start pulling up those deep dives because I want to go through those on stream today. And then while we wait for all my peeps, we're going to do the solo raid thing today. Just a nice little time passer. What's up, Zemo? You guys are having a good day today? Okay. If I remember right, I need to do attack fight. Humana, Red Skull. Yo, WAP, what's up? WAP, the Ordeal Conqueror himself. Amazing. Day's been good. That's good, dude. I'm glad. My Monday's been pretty chill. I haven't really done anything like too crazy today. It's been kind of a hangout kind of day, you know? What? Oh, my controller is not currently... What? Are you gonna work now, controller? No? Wait, what? I can pause. I can move around. Hold on. MCOC, don't do this to me, please. Yeah, I know they were out. I just wanted to watch them on stream. Hello, controller? No? Okay. We'll do the old off and back on again. I might have to use a different controller, though. But yeah, I saw those released. I just didn't want to watch them without stream. So I want to see your guys' thoughts and stuff. Wait, you really can't play on PC? Damage? Does keyboard even work? It doesn't. Wow. Okay, so they bugged an entire platform is what you're telling me? Ugh, WAP. There's got to be a way around it. If there's not, we might just watch YouTube all day, man. I mean, the objective of the stream is to watch the deep dives anyway right now, so that's no big deal. That's actually big sad. Zemo running through the cycle of emotion. Dude, I know how that feels. The controls are set to nothing? Hold on. Actually, I mean, obviously something is wrong. What do you mean they're set to nothing? Should something look different here? I mean, everything looks normal. Unless, I mean, keyboard and mouse, I guess, is set to nothing, but not controller. Oh, wait, no, now keyboard and mouse shows stuff. Should I be seeing something else? Also, what's up, IDK? I mean, they both have things. I mean, the controller thing, or the keyboard thing looked bugged for a little bit, but... yeah, I don't know. I mean, the fight itself wasn't working. But you can, like, navigate the menus. Dude, just leave it to Kabam, though. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if we can't play today, we can't play today. We'll see. No, I mean, like, it navigates the menus and stuff. I think it's just bugged, like, on the actual fight. Because, like, look, you just, like, go in. Yo, Puffy, what's up? We might just be watching the deep dives today, gentlemen. Yeah. So it'll let you pause and everything and, like, navigate the menu, but it won't let you actually do any button inputs. Same with keyboard. That's interesting. They better fix that quick. I mean, I don't know how many people play on Steam for them. But I got to imagine it's a decent amount. Otherwise, they wouldn't have bothered with a PC port in the first place. Okay, anyway, though, let's do what we're here for there, fellas. Shall we? I can't remember if is there music on these? Kind of. I mean, this isn't going to be monetized anyway. I kind of want to see if... Zemo, have you played it all today on Steam? I'm not on Steam. I'm on, like, the one that you download from them. But if it only works on Steam, I might just have to go download it off Steam. Anyway. Okay.
We're back here today with another champion deep dive. You know Frank-Castle, but
4K? No, actually.
Not like this. He's back from the dead to help protect Monster Metropolis. That's right. Today we're talking about
Oh yeah, dude. He deletes.
Frank was brought back from the
He's immune to poison, petrify, and specter. His regeneration rate is set to 65% and can't be reduced.
Dead by Dr. Michael Morbius, and the reanimation process granted him immunity to poison, petrify, and specter effects.
Man, how many petrify immune champions are there in the game? Not that many. I don't know if there's any, actually. Are there? There's got to be a few. There's too many champions to not be.
This process also set his regeneration rate to 65%, and it cannot be reduced further. Now, Frank is just too angry to die, and this grants
He's
him
too angry. Oh yeah, he gets free willpower. That's honestly so sick. I wish they would do this with more champions. It seems to be like a little bit more of a trend lately though, which I really think is awesome. Because dude, if you're like starting the game out, you don't have willpower yet or something, I don't know. It's just nice. It's just kind of a nice little thing.
He's an unstoppable machine. He doesn't idle after dodging backwards. Once he begins to run at the opponent, he gains an unstoppable
That's gonna be so hard to get used to.
This will not re-trigger while active, and is paused while running, charging a heavy, or while he's attacking. When Frank is struck with a basic attack while unstoppable, or when shocked, he gains a non-stacking rage debuff.
Okay, just fun fact, I would imagine Strife would be an annoying defender for this guy. Because if he has enough of his like charges, he'll place a concussion on somebody who's, or not a concussion, he'll stun you if you're unstoppable and he hits you.
For 20 seconds. With Rage, his basic attacks passively convert 10% more adrenaline into health. Now,
cool.
When Frank gains
converts more adrenaline into health.
Non-damaging debuff, or is immune to one other than Rage, he gains 2 combo meter. Additionally, when he's awakened, each non-damaging debuff he's suffering from grants him increased critical rating that scales with signature.
Bro, did they actually steal that from Patriot? Isn't that a Patriot thing? Doesn't Patriot get some sort of buff from having debuffs, doesn't he? He gets energy penetration? What even is that stat? Anyway.
Level, up to a max benefit of 10 debuffs. And when his combo meter crosses a multiple of 15, he gains a Berserk passive, increasing attack rating by plus 35% while unstoppable for 20 seconds. This is paused during his special attacks and have a max stack of 6. Frank's Unstoppable also grants him
I kind of,
30%
just because of his playstyle, I almost immediately think most people won't play him, or they won't want to play him.
Adrenaline, and it prevents incoming basic attacks from resetting his combo meter. As an attacker, the Unstoppable also grants him stun immunity. Additionally, as an attacker, Frank also gains his Unstoppable when he's struck by a basic attack immediately after dashing back.
Interesting. So you can like punish AI that is like really stupid.
Special, he gains his Unstoppable and the ability to immediately run with
Dude, him being unstoppable like all the time is going to be so obnoxious.
At the end of his heavy and special attacks, or when his opponent activates a special. As an attacker, Frank's second basic attack inflicts an indefinite crush passive until his Unstoppable expires.
Also, I feel like every deep dive I watch every month, it requires more and more brain power to like try and figure it out. Another champion Silver Samurai can cook? Yeah, actually. I didn't think about that. He would absolutely crush. That's a good point, Charles.
That deals energy damage over 20 seconds. This is paused during his special attacks and have a max stack of 4.
Having Incinerate is kind of nice.
While his opponent is incinerated, Frank gains increased energy penetration scaling with Sig level, and the potency.
Dude, what is energy penetration?
Now,
I guess just like energy resist is just goes against that stat probably.
And the final 3 hits each deal a burst of energy damage, with the base potency increasing by a flat 12.5%.
That's so much damage.
Incinerates on the opponent. With the special 2, the first 4 hits grant him personal berserk passes, and the final hit refreshes all of Frank's incinerates.
Dude, he starts the dynamite with the transformer on his back. That's pretty cool.
With the special 3, Frank gains plus 15% of his missing health as adrenaline. He also passively stuns.
Oh, that's actually really cool. So it's not, instead of a regen, let's go back a little bit. He'll just gain health back as adrenaline, but it's also built into his kit that he gets adrenaline back like faster, like better.
He also passively stuns his
That'll be cool.
For 3 seconds. And for the next 10 seconds, Frank's light and medium attacks each inflict 1 incinerate debuff from his special 2.
It sounds like the special 3 is gonna be able to fry. Yo, Widow, what's up, man?
Passive that has a duration scaling with Sig level up to 10 seconds.
Well, shoot, if I'm unable to play, I really don't know what I'm gonna do tonight.
He gains his personal rage debuff for 20 seconds. So, now that we know how he works, if you happen to run into a defending Franken-Castle, remember,
okay, looks like the special one is axable, which is nice.
So he'll keep healing with willpower and will gain.
Hey, look, there's Silver Samurai. Good shout out.
Additionally, Frank won't idle after dashing backwards. After a slight delay, he'll start running at you and
he's gonna be
so don't get
horrible in some fights. If he won't idle or like, you know, pull back, if he just keeps being aggressive, that's going to be brutal. For if he gets the right node combinations, he'll probably just run you down into a corner and there won't be anything you can do.
Or it might be tough to land a hit. And when he's awakened, he'll gain that undying passive during his special attacks to try to drag the fight out as long as possible. Now, let's take him out for a spin in the champion rotation.
It's kind of cool he has Undying, by the way, because Punisher, aka Frank-Castle, has kind of a similar gimmick ability. Dracula will cook, 40-second passive slow. Yeah, it does kind of sound like Dracula counters Franken-Castle a little bit. Non-Zemo. But what are you going to call him when he actually pulls Zemo, Widow? What are you going to do?
Strike your opponent to begin building power, and don't forget to weave in some heavies to inflict your incinerates. After dashing backwards,
the heavy attack looks pretty fresh, I'm not gonna lie.
Don't be afraid to dash in at the opponent to land those unstoppable combos. Once you reach 2 bars of power, launch your special while unstoppable to gain increased attack.
Well, he just beats you to death with his other arm.
After this, work your way up to that special 1 and launch to unleash those big.
So special 2, special 1. Pretty easy rotation, I feel like.
Keep on launching that special 1 and punish them until they are.
And then special 3 if you need some health back.
Thank you for watching this champion deep dive for Frank.
It doesn't seem like you really want to use the special 3 much. He looks pretty dope though. Look at that smile. Pretty cool. He seems like he'll be a pretty complicated champion, just like Mr. Knight is, so I don't know how much love he'll get in the contest. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. Let's see, just real quick. He's probably on... Okay, he is on here. Cool. Let's take a look over here real quick. After picking a fight with Norman Osborn and his Dark Avengers, the Punisher met a grisly end at the hands of a Wolverine and is finally allowed to rest in peace. Dude, he died from a Wolverine? Maybe that's supposed to say the Wolverine? There's no way that the Punisher would just die to a Wolverine. I mean, maybe. Anyway, unfortunately for Frank, his rest is cut short as he roars to life on Dr. Michael Morbius's operating table. After being talked out of destroying Morbius's lab, Frank is shown that he has been reassembled, brought back to life to help the Legion of Monsters. That's a bad name of a group, dude. Protect Monster Metropolis and its denizens from would-be monster hunters. Despite being furious at Morbius for bringing him back to life, Franken-Castle lays waste to the incoming forces, extending his crusade for vengeance deep into his undeath. Dang, that's an absolute menace of a Defender Widow. What do we got? He's apparently not that good of a defender. I feel like 2. I mean, I guess the only gimmick he really has is like aggression and like his unstoppable thing, which I guess you can kind of play around. Also, I would like to say, just again, more utility than Serpent, this guy. Isn't that crazy? Serpent is 3 out of 5. He's a 3.5 out of 5. Ease of use. He's pretty easy to play, apparently. I don't know. It feels like a weird play style. I feel like it might be a little harder than they may think. I don't know. He does have pretty good damage and survivability, though. Anyway, I mostly just want to use this website to look at his synergies. There they are. Okay, what do we got, guys? He has a synergy with Elsa. During Elsa's heavy or special attack while not reloading rounds, double tapping block swaps their effects between incinerates and cold snaps. Dude, that's really good, actually. That's really nice. Because Elsa would only use cold snap, I think, if your opponent was immune to incinerate. That gives her a little bit more utility now. And then, while not unstoppable, gains crit damage rating for each of his Berserk passives. Venom Pool. Venom Pool's illogical DNA abilities now work against all non-mystic and non-superior champions. Can anybody tell me what that means? I don't really know how Venom Pool works. And then, gaining Frank's Rage debuff now also grants 2 hits to his combo meter. I got to imagine that's a good synergy somehow. I really don't know how Venom Pool works. And then he has a Legion of Monsters synergy with Morbius and Werewolf by Night, where they get a Fervor passive. Dude, synergy with Mole Man, 10% increased shock and incinerate duration. Can't say that's like the most important synergy ever. Cool. And then just like basic Joe Schmo master or willpower or blah. Man, I can't talk today. Basic Joe Schmo stat increasing synergies. Okay, cool. Let's go watch Dracula's. This one I'm hyped for. I think just from watching the initial reveal on the stream. I think Dracula looks like he'll be my favorite.
We're back here today with another champion deep dive. Today, we're talking about the king of the vampires. That's
I think Dracula looks so sick, dude.
Dracula.
He's got a sword.
Vampiric blood provides him immunity to heal block.
He's immune to heal block.
Against silver champions, he suffers minus 25% regen rate. Dracula strikes terror into the very souls of mere mortals. As an attacker, at the start of each fight, he inflicts a degen passive, lasting for 666 seconds.
That's so crazy, by the way. You just get free damage. And that degen is gonna, like, if you're ever doing marathon content, that's like hitting for almost 500 damage. That adds up, man.
For 666 seconds. This degen is unaffected by ability accuracy and scales with base attack only. Now, when charging a heavy attack or interrupting any attack with a light, this degen becomes dire, increasing its tick rate by 666%. It remains dire as long as Dracula continues attacking or while a striker or striker opening is active.
Man, that just burns health.
The opponent's block with a basic attack, Dracula gains
also, getting a free invisibility is kind of wild.
This will not re-trigger if it's already active. And if this invisibility causes an attack to miss, or if Dracula is struck while it's active, it goes on cooldown.
That's gonna make like getting the dire degen so much easier too for anyone who can't intercept.
5% of his max health per second. This regen's tick rate is increased by half of his degen's tick rate. Also, every sword hit during his special attacks nullifies a buff on the opponent. If a fury buff is nullified,
dude, he gets nullified too. That's crazy. So he's got like free damage. He's got nullify. He's got regen off his special attacks. Guy's got almost all the things I like in a champion. Crazy.
After a buff on the opponent is nullified, he inflicts a bleed passive for 3 seconds.
And inflicts bleed? What?
Special 1, he inflicts a slow passive for 40
and then the
seconds.
eternal slow? Dude, his utility better not be lower than Franken-Castle, that's all I'm saying.
But if the degen is already dire, the tick rate is increased to 1200%. Additionally, each bat hit inflicts a fear passive for 60 seconds. This
Fear is also really good.
With the special 3, Dracula re-inflicts his
dude, he looks like an absolute beast.
Power steal passive, stealing a bar of power over
Ego, I think it has to do with the charges he has. I think. Or it's just buggy. One of the two.
3 seconds. And at the end of this attack, he inflicts a bleed passive for 3 seconds. If the opponent is below 30% health, this bleed gains 1260%.
Oh my gosh. That bleed is massive, dude.
When Dracula is awakened, and as an
okay, let's read this. As an attacker, when the opponent's unblockable, unstoppable, or evade effects fail due to reduced ability accuracy, inflict a bleed passive for 3 seconds. That's pretty good, actually. Dracula gains 3,800, whatever, that number doesn't matter. Attack rating for each armor break debuff he is suffering from, up to 5. That's pretty good, too.
Attacker, when his opponent's unblockable, evade, or unstoppable effects fail due to reduced ability accuracy,
dude, Dracula looks like such a beast.
For 3 seconds. Also, when awakened, Dracula gains increased attack rating, scaling with sig level for each armor break he's suffering from, up to a max benefit.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really tell his attacks increase there, but that's just cool, I guess, to have.
If you happen to run into a defending Dracula, be on the lookout for that invisibility.
Oh, that invisibility is going to be a pain.
Making it difficult to find an opening. Additionally, anytime a buff is nullified, he inflicts a bleed passive. So be sure to get out of the way during his specials, and be on the lookout if Dracula is placed on any nodes that give him extra access to nullify. Also, his specials inflict different effects on activation.
Yeah, you would not want to use Juggernaut against this guy, I feel like.
So don't expect to evade or go unstoppable. And that special 2 inflicts a passive fear. So don't get too frightened, but don't plan on going unblockable. Now, let's take him out for a spin in the champion rotation.
Dude, he seems so good.
To begin, strike the opponent normally to build up some power. While building up to your special 2, work in some intercepts to make his degen dire, and slow your combos to maximize the time while the degen is ticking fast.
Crazy.
Don't worry if the opponent won't let you intercept. You can strike their block.
It's hard to say, Ego. If I had to guess, I would say probably not. Probably not. The last like day or two will give you a better idea, but I was up around that same time once, and I don't think I stayed in Gamma. I got like the highest Uru rank, but yeah, I would like the ratings changed so much in the last couple days.
His invisibility buff and quickly interrupt their counter with your
If you can, I would try to get higher.
Up that degen. Then combo into the special 2 to take that crazy damage.
But I also wouldn't blame you for not going to get higher because Battlegrounds can suck sometimes.
Try to land an intercept, slow down that combo, and use a striker to keep the degen dire, then combo again into a special 1 to finish it off. Now, if you're in a longer fight and you're worried about that degen expiring, you can use his special 3 to reapply and keep your opponent constantly ticking down. And hey, don't forget,
Dracula is so sick. R.I.P. Deathless Thanos.
Opponent, you can use that special 1 for that
My man is
slow passive.
Gonna absolutely dumpster him.
With his chilling special 2 to apply that fear, turning off that pesky unblockable. Either way, use your toolkit wisely and make that degen tick.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
okay.
I think Franken-Castle is cool, man, but I think Dracula is like infinitely better. It's like by a factor of 1 million. Let's see what synergies he has. Born a Wallachian noble in 1431, the mortal man Vlad Tepes Dracula led a life of violence and brutality, cut down in a battle that should have meant his end. Dracula was infected with vampirism and rose again with darker powers. Oh yeah, that's the thing with vampirism in the MCU is more like an infection of some sorts. It's not like a mystical thing. Growing immensely powerful over the centuries, Dracula now rules as the, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Voivode of Vampirsk, the vampire nation. Though he now plays the role of a more refined leader and his days as a medieval warlord are behind him, Dracula's thirst for blood and violence will never truly be sated. Dude, yeah, I need a Dracula in my life. Okay, his utility is higher than Franken-Castle. We did it. Go kabam. But he's... Okay, I'm confused. Is a lower number on ease of use mean he's easier to play, or is it a higher number? Because I feel like he's easier to play than Franken-Castle. Well, maybe not, actually. No, because I feel like you just get damage from existing as Dracula. And then you can just, like, intercept by your invisibility. Anyway. He's not as survivable as Franken-Castle. They'd probably just be tied on that. Defender strength 2. Dude, this guy is sick. So cool. Also, I'm kind of shocked, though. He's only immune to heal block. That's like his only immunity. Just kind of weird. Don't you think I feel like he'd be like bleed immune or something. Like, you're a vampire. There's got to be a lot of things that won't affect you, right? Anyway. That's crazy, dude. This guy's so dope. The dire degeneration is interesting. His invisibility is elite. Like 12 seconds is kind of a long time for the cooldown, but it's not too bad if you're like special attack chaining and stuff. Hallow, the legend is back? Dude, I never left. What do you mean? He's not that easy to use because you have to slow down his combo. I think once you start using him more, like the timing won't be that bad. Yeah, I'm not sure, Ego. Let's see. An activation is slow. You wouldn't really ever need to use the special 3 until you need to reapply, I feel like. The degen. I think his utility is just in what he counters, not really anything to do with his kit. Okay, let's see what these synergies are, though. First off, we have one with Blade, Morbius, Falcon, Joaquin Torres. Yes! Storm. Wait, what does Storm have to do with whatever? Jubilee, too. Wow. At the start of the fight, he'll get a bunch of power, basically. Synergy champions, interrupting any attack, inflicts a bleed debuff, dealing 20% of attack as direct damage over 8 seconds. That's kind of a nice little quality of life thing, I guess. And then while fighting a silver champion, these synergy champions suffer negative 25% regeneration rate. Okay. This is his Moon Knight synergy. You big nerd. That's a comic book reference, by the way, I believe. Dracula's personal bleeds gain 35% increased potency. Under the light of the full moon, this is increased to 50. That actually seems like that's like a pretty decent buff. Kind of a nice boost to his damage. If the real world moon is full or new, it is considered to be both. If it is waxing or waning, it is considered to be both for Moon Knight. Dude, that's the synergy, by the way, that I thought would be with Mr. Knight or something. I'm surprised he doesn't have a synergy with Mr. Knight, just Moon Knight. And then Werewolf by Night, gaining a personal invisibility, grants the opponent a non-stacking Fury buff. That's actually kind of cool. You might think that sucks, but when he nullifies a Fury, it inflicts a bleed, I think, or it does something. So that's kind of cool, actually. Werewolf by Night, Chilling Howl grants a 15% Fury passive. That's kind of nice. Nihilus, Medusa, Apocalypse, Franken-Castle, and Archangel. Are any of these worth anything? Combat, Adrenaline, Armor, Attack, Archangel, Critical Rating. Whoa, that's cool. So he'll still, whatever like stat boosts is tied to that champion synergy, or like he'll have it for himself. So you could have this whole team and he's going to get all these buffs. That's sick. But you can't have the full team, actually. You can have most of the full team. You're semi-retired, done with war? You know what, Legend? I don't blame you, man. Also, welcome in. Yo, John, what's up? What's up? I'm just reviewing the synergies right now for Dracula. Also, there's a decent chance, not to crush your guys' hopes and dreams, but the update today apparently absolutely smoked the PC version, so no controls work. So there's a decent chance that today's stream will be extremely short. I don't know. I don't know what to do. We could play something else, or I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm just reading all this stuff right now. And then let's see. He has a synergy with Nefaria, Zemo, and Mordo. Combat power rate, always nice. He'll pair well with my Count Nefaria. Bad attacks gain critical rating. Oh, he does have a synergy with Mr. Knight. Okay. There it is. With Dracula. Personal tranquilizer duration is increased for 2 seconds. When the opponent's unblockable, unstoppable, or evade effects fail due to reduced ability accuracy, pause active personal fear and slow effects for 5 seconds. That's kind of cool. Like, potentially you could keep your debuffs on your opponent for like a very, very long time with that. He has one from Carolina Dean. I don't really know anything about her kit, so I don't know if that'll matter or not. But when inflicted with an incinerated effect, lower the potency of future incinerates by 15% up to 75%. That's kind of cool, actually. That could probably let Dracula and Morb God take some fights they aren't supposed to. And then gets one from Nico. All champions gain armor rating, block proficiency, energy resistance, and physical resistance. Let's see. Dracula can still land some decently large yellow numbers if he manages to steal a fury buff or two during his special attacks. They're going to recommend Ghost Rider as the battle cast. That's kind of like expected, though. Kind of obvious. Dude, Dracula looks sick. That's all I'm going to say. That's like... Oh, man, he looks so dope. Also, there is a... I think they did put one out, like a short one out for Super Scroll, right? Yeah, there it is. Let's watch that real quick.
Scroll.
7-star Archangel would be so dope. From what you understand, you just have to reset the controls? Alright, I'll try that, Matthew. Sounds good.
Back, and he's feeling fantastic.
He's feeling fantastic.
Making Super Scroll less rigid to play. His overload buffs now
also,
easier.
they made this change to make him feel less rigid. I feel like rigid wasn't the word I would use. He sucked.
For Undermine and Vigilance, and only 6 to
He's too rigid? Okay.
He also gained special lock immunity.
Nova
Falter
Fists.
And energy vulnerability are now passives, and it can trigger through block, so feel free to get creative. His converted buffs last longer, and those special 2 incinerates hit just as hard, but burn out faster, dropping down to 5 seconds for some bursty numbers. Oh yeah, and against tech champions, he's bringing the Nova Flames, so those incinerate immune tech champs don't scare him one
Golly,
bit.
dude.
Just build up your buffs and set yourself up.
No,
Then
Sentinel
trigger
stocks are
cosmic overload
falling.
with at least 6 furies and slam
Look at that
special
damage,
two
dude.
for
Holy
some
crap.
spicy red numbers. Have you updated yet? Well,
Oh
you
my
should.
gosh. I think that's the same thing they showed during the live stream. Yeah, he didn't feel rigid, guys. He just sucked at the game. He was just not good. He has the same utility as Serpent, which is nice. But yeah, 7-star Archangel would be awesome because I feel like a higher health pool for him or like defense would be nice. Rip Sentinel. Yeah, I mean, he'll be good for a long time still. Also, like, you're going to have to wait for Super Scroll to really like make his way into the game as a 7-star. Unless people start taking him as a 6-star now. Champion summary. Where's his like? I wish I need that graphic that Cat Murdoch makes about what's changed and what hasn't. Like, is it literally only his like Nova Flame Fist thing? I don't really know. Does he have any new synergies? I also don't know that. Alright, let's see if we can get the controller to work though, huh? So I need to reset controls, is what I've been told. So I don't know. I guess delete custom mapping. I mean, this isn't really custom anyway, right? Sure. Is that gonna work? Is that all I needed to do? If that worked, that'd be awesome. We can try it. Torres is gonna be a god, dude. Oh, it does work. Okay, cool. We're back. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you. I guess that makes sense, because I had never set up any sort of like custom control scheme of any kind. Sick. Okay. Now I need to actually restart the solo raid though. That was scary, dude. I thought my controller had broken and I was like, dude, you're kidding me. I have to buy another controller. I still probably need to soon though. This thing has been through a lot. It's kind of crazy, guys. So I only use this for MCOC. And you can really tell which analog stick I use for everything. Because I never use the one on the right side. It's like perfectly clean. And then the one on the left is so gross. And just like well used. We'll put it that way. Anyway, I am very glad we can actually play tonight. Oof. If there was no fix, though, can you imagine? That would have been the worst. But yeah, I already bought a new mouse. It's charging right now. It's just my luck lately, dude. I was kind of updating today on like my phone, and I kept thinking to myself, I was like, dude, I wonder what they broke today. I wonder which champions' animations are going to be broken or abilities just won't activate. Are there any other bugs I should know about? WAP, if you're still there, if you could let me know. All right, let's get her down. Now I gotta shake off the cobwebs, though. I don't play MCOC on my PC over the weekend. No other bugs. Okay. Knock on wood. Right? Or no other bugs yet. Oh, great. Just tuning in. Who's bugged now? Nobody, Tim, but you will need to, like, reset or, like, like, if you go to controller in your settings, you'll need to delete your custom controller setup. It'll say you have a custom one, even though you don't. If you don't do that, you won't actually have any controls in the game. What? Man, God just loves certain people, that one guy. That's lucky, dude. That honestly tempts me to go try and level up, man. I have some XP tokens in the bank. I probably won't, though. I want to save them for literally no reason. I can't even really give you a good reason that, like, to save the XP tokens. I just feel like doing it. Double 800 was nice. I wonder if they'll claw it back. Like, did you have anything else different happen with the game, or you literally just leveled up like normal? Like, it's not like you had, like, it was a visual bug or anything too, right? For 1,600 units? It is worth a shot if that's a real thing. WAP, how do I know this isn't you on a second account? Oh, that's right. Did you buy the daily card, one guy? If you bought the unit daily card, that would make sense as well. Or not daily card, the level up card. I think you might be right on that one, Tim. What's the last one I need to do? Tactician. 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 What tacticians do we have? You did buy the offer, but is it supposed to give it to you twice? Oh, okay, wait. So the units you got Okay, wait. Okay. So the units you got, are you saying they weren't the units you get, like these ones? It's the units from the actual offer, like the card. Because you do get 300 units from leveling up to 64. And then from level 63, it's 300 as well. Which is, I think, what you were at. So I wonder if that happened. Like you got the units from the level up card and then also this. So then it didn't double, isn't it? Just normal? Sounds like it's just normal. That is the case. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Medusa. Actually... You should test it? No, no. No, that almost got me, though. I was thinking about using all my coins. But I think it is probably just the offer. Is what it sounds like. I was gonna say, I was like, dude, that's crazy. So you probably got the card multiple times? Or I don't know. Either way, I would have to buy the unit bundle, which... Not in the budget, unfortunately. Alrighty. Oh, I'm so glad we actually got the controller working. Monday streams are like some of my favorite. Because it's been a while, you know? Only a couple days, but it feels like a really long time to me. $800 in the mail, then a second. Got another one. That's so crazy, dude. There must be something bugged with like their reward, like distribution or something. I got Arena to run, boss. Maybe in like when does the season end? Maybe in like 9 days. We'll do friendlies and like after the BG's season ends. It's always a good time. That is really fast, one guy. I don't think I've used Superior Iron Man yet. I think this might be the first time. I know I need to be like trying to intercept and stuff. Don't worry, Tim, they'll happen. But I think the quickest I've done this fight is probably with Rintra. And it was just like a single special too. Venom can do it really quickly too. Like really quickly. If you get the same node that I just took for Superior Iron Man, the unparalleled buffs. Or another one that works really well with Venom too Not as good, I think, is like the vicious one. So it makes his bleeds hit harder. I don't mind solo raids. It's a little bit fun. Wait, was he not a... Oh, he was. A tactician. It just didn't really let me claim anything. Hey, does anybody know how to get this to go away? This is probably the most infuriating thing about today's update. I can't get this dot to go away. Like, the one is from the daily selector. But you can't actually click on this box. And so you can't actually clear that notification. Like, I know that's rich coming from someone with 24,286 notifications in the Crystal tab. But, dude, like, come on. It looks worse just having that one by the store. Oh, I hate it. Also, can we all just point out how, like, ridiculous these offers are? These new daily cards. That's crazy, dude. $100 for a Titan and a 7-star Nexus basic, which is cool. And then like 5 Valiant Nexus, but it's like, eh. And then $50 for this. Like that is putrid. That is so bad. You can go cobble a basic together in like a couple days, man. 50 smackers? Those are so bad. Yeah, all of these are bad, dude. Especially when Cyber Monday's around the corner, too. Look at this. Like, this is horrid. Okay, if you're buying this, I got a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you, okay? Yeah, John. Yeah, the daily cards usually are actually pretty respectable value. Like, if I were to buy offers in this game, I'd look a lot at the daily cards. Or like the leveling cards, that kind of stuff. But this is not good. Like $25 for an Exalted Crystal, which is booty cheeks, by the way. I haven't gotten a single 7-star from one of these. And then 5 Paragon Nexus? What? It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my gosh. This is definitely a bait offer, man. These are so not good. Yeah, I logged in today. I see the like little notification bubble in the store and I was like, ooh, new unit offers, right? I look over, I'm like, are you serious? This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Sire die, LOL trash. Dude, yeah. No, it actually is like really, really bad. Speaking of offers though, let's see. So the Glory store change goes live on the 8th, I believe. So I don't want to spend any of that. And then Battleground store is staying as is for a little bit, right? And look at this, guys. We can afford a 7-star basic. Bang. $50 right there, according to Kabam. Look at how crazy that was, guys. Wasn't that so dang easy? Oh, man, on top of it, they have these bad boys in the store right now. Shoot. Also, where did this Paragon Crystal come from? Did you guys read the forum post that Kabam made about their monetization? If so, what are your thoughts on it, guys? Oh, yeah. Type in your guesses for the 7-star basic, by the way, while this is spinning. If you get it right, I have an under-the-table deal with Venom the Duck, aka the god of the contest, where he will give you boosted 7-star luck for the next week. So if you get it right, then that's what you're in for. Oh, but we're going there. We're going there. I gotta drum up the suspense a little bit, Sai. I mean, this is $50 worth of crystals, according to Kabam, so. Alright, type in your guesses, guys. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? That's a good point, Charles. You can get 7-star shards from the daily super. The Sinister deal is bad. I did see that. I'll go check that out after this, Wep. Pig? I don't, Sigh. I don't. I'm trying to. That's what the 500 subscriber goal is for, man. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I already did claim the 2 crystals, WAP. Oh, that's a good point. I actually don't know if I opened those. I think I did, though. Don't hate me. No, wait, no, I didn't open it. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay, that's where the Paragon came from. I claimed those and forgot about them. Let me just open this real quick. Hey, big fat nothing. Now we'll go back to the 7-star basic. The main event. Also, the duplicate portraits have like a green hue to them now. I don't know what that's about. Alright, I've stalled long enough. But yeah, and just anyone in chat, if you want to donate, you have to use the link at the top of the chat that I have pinned. Stuff like that. But I don't have any like notification for that, so if you do, you have to tell me. I think this one is going to be the hood. Come on. Ugh, Spider Pig rolling through, taunting me. So close to a moment dupe. I don't, is that the first time awakening? Okay. I mean, at least it's a first time dupe. We could do worse. We could do better. But we could do worse. What does it even do for her? What does that even do? Isn't that where she gets her reverse control? The opponent's controls are reversed until just after the end of the attack. Yeah, that's right. So it makes her good on defense. Or like... Okay, I'll take it. What's up, Debo? Dang, unfortunately nobody got it right though. Also, yeah, let me go look at this Glorious Games chain. So, that's where the crystals we got just came from. So if you haven't already, go claim these. These first 2 are free. The first hit is free. And then, you have 1,000 units for 1,000 7-star shards, which is crazy. After that, you get pretty much nothing. I mean, effectively, you're getting 3,000 7-star shards for 1,000 units. Because this tier is free. But that is such a bad deal. It is so bad. And then eventually you can get to Sinister, which is a good champion, but not worth... What is this? 8,000... 10,000, 11,000 units, which is what, like 400 bucks around there? Crazy, man. Elsa out of both skill 7 stars. Hey, that's rough, Devo. I kind of like Elsa Bloodstone. She can do fights pretty quick. You badly want Bullseye? Dude, I would give you a copy of Bullseye if I could. I've awakened him a few times. But yeah, that's too many units, man. Too many units. Dude, I would kind of kill to have this, like, the numbers on how many people are actually buying those deals, because they're just putrid. They're so not good. They're like, here's bad, and then the offers are down there. They are not good. You don't know how to play against Bullseye? Well, ideally you want to have somebody who counters evade. If you don't, once you push Bullseye to where he has a full bar of power, he'll have like a green eyeball buff. When he has that, he'll evade your attack, and he'll do like a counter attack. So you don't want to attack him when he has that. You just want to bait a special one. That'll take a little bit to expire, but then you can just hit him again. So, but if you have somebody who can counter evade, then you can just ignore that entirely. Yeah, like Sinister is a good champion, but at what cost kind of deal. That's pretty high, Devo, I'm sorry. I think I got Elsa from the skill path for Epoch of Pain. So you're not alone. Elsa Bloodstone is one of those champions I've just like repeatedly duped. You return to the game after 5 years. All you have a 6-star, you have 6 rank 2 7 stars. I mean, that's a pretty good jumping off point, Sai. Pretty good jumping off. I mean, it depends what the 7 stars are now. Good time to come back though, man. We got some new story content not too long ago. You missed a lot though. A lot has changed. Now prestige is important for everybody, which was a pretty unpopular change, but they made it anyway. So definitely keep that in mind when you're ranking champions from like your story content rewards. Oof, that's rough. Gambit was like one of my first 7 stars. And I like tried so hard to like cope and like make myself think that he was better than he actually was. He's not that good. Like if you want to get the most out of Gambit, he pretty much needs to be with Apocalypse. And even then it's like okay. Easy to play though. Dude, I'm back to the point where I have full energy refills expiring really close. And I can use them willy-nilly again. It's a beautiful thing. I'll have to go look and see what Sigma Gambit is at. I don't think it's that high. Yo, what's up, Mr. Dark? How you doing? Hyperion's a cool champ to have at the top, though. You have Nova, Jean. Oh, so that's like a fresh pull then. Odin, Iron Man, and Kindred. Those are honestly all really good. Even Nova a little bit. I don't know much about using him. I know that he's usable, though. But I know Widow said Kindred is full defender. Don't sleep on him for offense. That atrophy can come in handy. I've used Kindred. Why did I say Kindra? That was a Freudian slip. I've used Kindred in content once in a while. Not great, your grand. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Mr. Dark. I'm sorry, man. I know how that feels, dude. But I hope watching the stream and hanging out with the chat can help you a little bit. Hyperion makes the 936 boss. I actually haven't heard of people using Hype for that fight, Debo, but... Oh, wait, no, I did, actually. I lied. Someone did mention that, I think. I never tried it myself, though. But, yeah, the special knockdowns happening all the time would be really nice. Personally, I was more of a, Silk user for that fight. LeBron announced the decision part 2. It's probably him opening, or, I don't know, doing a collab with Taco Bell. Had a lot of great moments together. Hey, that's good though, man. There's a lot of people that don't get stuff like that. Just try to think of all the positive stuff. It can be hard though. Yeah, Hyperion, dude, he still remains one of my favorite champions in this game. The best football weekend of the season? That's good. My fantasy team absolutely dumpstered my opponent. I almost scored 200 this week. Unfortunately, my real life team, the Dolphins, not so much. they ended up in the dumpster, and oh boy. Oh boy. I hate being a Dolphins fan. I need a jump ship. I can't do it now though, I'm too committed. Braun gonna announce him and his son retiring. Honestly, I kind of wonder if, like, maybe he's gonna actually retire, but he's going to be purchasing, like, part of a franchise. I wonder if that's his decision. Maybe he'll buy some of the Lakers so they can force them to play his son. Your high school team won, your college football team won, your Texans won, and your Panthers won. Yeah. Get the Panthers out of here. Yeah, the Dolphins are not it, man. Credit to the Panthers, though. That's like resilience, right? Head coach and Weaver? Yeah. I think it's more the GM's fault than anything. Personally, Debo. But I do think that it's probably time for McDaniel to go. The defense is so banged up, I have a hard time blaming anything on Anthony Weaver, the defensive coordinator. But also, like, he hasn't really shown much of an ability to, like, adapt to what the opponent was doing. Like, the Panthers started running, and he just, like, they couldn't do anything, which was weird. You gotta think there's some sort of adjustment you could make. But like I said, he has, like, no personnel to work with. It's pretty bad. Like, the corners are bad. For some reason, our defensive line isn't getting pressure, even though they're all supposedly stars. Just a lot of things, man. I think they need to do a full rebuild, like tear it all down, start over. You lost to the Patriots? Oh, I was going to message you and see how you were doing, Spidey. That game was crazy. I kind of thought it was a sneaky, like, trap kind of game for the Bills. Those divisional games are always rough, man. I still picked the Bills to win and pick them, though, so I'm a little annoyed because, like, my heart told me they could lose, but then my brain was like, nah, you should still pick the Bills. But yeah, the GM for the Dolphins, he's been with the franchise for like 6 or 8 years, something like that. They haven't won a playoff game since, so... But, you know, our owner doesn't care about accountability, I guess. You can just show up to work and not do your job and keep it. Wait, Debo, you're a Dolphins fan? No way! I actually didn't know that. Yeah, no, I got the blanket behind me, man. Got the blanket behind me. Sometimes I wear a Dolphins shirt. Not today, though. I would have if they won, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit embarrassed of the product that was put out there on Sunday. Yeah, season 2 comes out too, Widow. Or soon, I mean. But yeah, and the backup running back too. That's what makes it even more rough, Debo. I watched the game off and on last night. I didn't know. Was the officiating like that bad? That I wasn't really paying attention to. You've been a fan since 70? Oh, so you've been... Dang. At least you've gotten to see this team do well. Ever since I've been a fan, they've been not good. Not good. I've been a fan since the Ryan Tannehill days. Rico Dowdle. He's not bad. I like... But, like, still, you know, like... He's still the backup. Like, he's not getting the same reps as the starter would be. Like, even if he's good, I feel like... He shouldn't be smoking you for 200 plus yards, you know? But, I started him in fantasy, so I'm down. Run all over the Dolphins. I don't care. You know it's bad when you're starting players against your team that you cheer for, man. And you just expect them to dominate. Every other play there was a flag? Dude, I hate that. Like, I wish Mahomes threw a pick six. Yes! I hate Patrick Mahomes. Anyway, I like it when refs just like let them play. It's always really nice. Sometimes it feels like the officials are like, no, this game is all about me. You guys tune in to watch me throw flags. It's definitely the kind of vibes they give off. Oh, I did not know she dove forward on her heavy attack like that. Never watch. "99-yard pick six, even? Oof, that hurts, man. That's brutal. What's the score of that game right now? Can you guys tell me? I love football. I'm glad there's like enough of a crossover between MCOC and football, by the way. Because I like initially you would think, and I still think probably the majority of people in chat don't maybe watch football. So I'm sorry that I talk about football all the time, but it is so nice to have people that share a common interest in that way. So I love me some foosball. The Texans should be 5-0. Dude, I think the Texans are probably gonna make the playoffs. I think they're better than people give them credit for. You took Yelena to rank 4? Dude, she's gonna be an absolute menace for you. 21-14. The Jags are ahead? Crap. As much as I want Kansas City to lose, I did pick the Chiefs. Oh. If you think about it, the Dolphins... No, I'm just kidding. They shouldn't be 5-0. You know what? Here's what we have going for us, Devo. The Dolphins won a game, so we will not have a winless season. Although it would have been kind of cool, right? Then we could be the only team with both, like an undefeated victory season and then an undefeated loss season. That'd be kind of cool. It's fun to hear drama. I'm glad you enjoy Widow. The Bills team has been... Okay, Spidey, here's my theory. I think the Bills have been playing sloppy because they just haven't been playing good teams. Like, look at the combined win rate of their opponents, man. Noisy Nerves. Who's your best counter to Spider-Woman Node 42? I'm not really sure. I don't play a lot of War. I know people use Shang-Chi for Spider-Woman on that node. I couldn't tell you how to play that matchup, but I believe Shang-Chi works. You only watch the Super Bowl to see Kendrick? Dude. Well, who is it this year? Like Bad Bunny? Yeah, that's probably going to be a Super Bowl I'll tune out for. I'm sorry if you guys are Bad Bunny enjoyers. I just, that ain't me. You blow out good teams, but just barely win or lose? Well, yeah, the Bills have always just like, I don't know. Dude, I really think it is. Like, you kind of get a little bit complacent when you're playing teams that just aren't good. And I think that's a lot of what is kind of happening to the Bills. Their entire division, minus the Patriots apparently, is bad. Debo is saying Patriot with the White Magneto pre-fight will also work for you. Yeah, the halftime show this year will be when I'm gonna go gorge myself on snacks, that's for sure. which I hope they're good this year. Also, I hope that we get an actual good Super Bowl. I hope it's competitive. No Battlegrounds? Eventually I will. I'm just doing some arena right now, though, so I do still need to push to Gladiator Circuit, though. So, if I don't get any today, I'll be playing some tomorrow. I probably won't get in there today just because I like to finish the arena first. So usually if I do play Battlegrounds, it's on like a Tuesday. Because we took the time during stream today to go watch the deep dives and stuff like that. I think the Patriots are a little better than you think they are, Spidey. You knew the Panthers were gonna win? So, like, I knew it was like a possibility, Dark. But like, here's where my mind was at. Like, I don't think, like, the Panthers are bad, but I don't think they're like as cheeks as everybody says they are. I think they're a decent team. I think there's still things like to work out, you know, with like the quarterback issues and stuff like that. But I think they're like a frisky team, you know, like they can beat you if you don't take them seriously. And I thought the Dolphins had kind of woke up a little bit, you know. I thought, you know, I mean, I think the Panthers could beat the Finns, but they were playing okay. Like, I thought that might be enough to win. And then, you know, my prediction came true. Like, the first half, they just kind of dunked on the Panthers. And then, second half rolls around, and everyone forgot how to play football at the same time. I don't know what happened. The Miami Dolphins are just such an unserious football team, man. Cardinals are trash. Dude, it's because Kyler Murray is licking his chops for the new Call of Duty. He doesn't even care about football anymore. Yeah, I mean, any NFL team can beat any other NFL team on any given day. So, unless you're the Browns from their winless season. So that's like my shtick. But man, I like, if you kind of look at like things, since there were so many upsets, if the Dolphins had won on Sunday, they actually had a legitimate shot at making the playoffs, which would have been cool, like a cool comeback, but then they blew it. So 2 years ago, he had to come back on the Panthers and beat them 42-21. Dude, I don't even remember that. I don't remember what it's like to have a football team actually be good anymore. I tell you what, though, man. Oh, that Broncos game where they scored 70, that hit like crack, I swear. That season was euphoric. And then what do? We go blow the freaking division win to the Bills. Unbelievable. Didn't throw one pass. I know, right? That was such a weird choice, Devo. I think he's on a snap count, though, right? Because he's still coming back from, like, injury or whatever. Or, like, yeah. But still, like, even if it's not Darren Waller, you gotta work the tight end in there. I think that's what was, like, keeping the defense honest. And then when apparently Mike McDaniel just was like, nah, tight ends aren't real, then they just stopped anything the Dolphins wanted to do. Yeah, blow it all up, man. I want to see that. I want to see the Dolphins crumble. That's the only way to fix it. The thing that's dumb, and Debo understands, is our GM is so stupid that he decided to pay people that didn't really deserve to be paid yet. Like, Tua is on the hook for millions of dollars, to the point where it's like probably not even worth cutting him, and you probably can't get trade value for him. I mean, you might be able to, but I doubt it. Even though he was only good for like one whole year and had only played like one season healthy, they like decided to pay him like he's like the craziest quarterback in the league. Yeah. Dude, McDaniel's like resistance to adapt is probably my least favorite thing, Devo. It's like nothing but sweeps and like dump off passes. Like basically his offense right now is like, let's just throw it to Achan and hope he does something. Not a winning strategy. Not a winning strategy, Cotton. But anyway, that's football for you. That's football for you. Anyway, what I was trying to talk about, like maybe like almost an hour ago now, I don't know, is did you guys see the post they made about the monetization for the game? How they're like, how the game has evolved to where people just don't spend like energy or anything on the game anymore. What are y'all's thoughts on that? If you guys haven't read that, you should go read it. Because I gotta say, man, I kind of feel like that's by their own design. They kind of seem to try to blame it on like the player base a little bit, but I don't know, man. I think if you put content out a little more frequently, people would maybe want to push a little harder. You could have like a more competitive bracket for teams so that they would spend money on things. But anyway, that's basically why they said they want to try to monetize like cosmetics in this game. Hopefully they take like that works out, because that'll be nice. Case Kansas City is getting flagged? Are you sure? Are we in the wrong universe? But dude, I hope they make a bunch of money on cosmetics. That'll be nice. Yeah, what did you think was wild about it, Stud? I can't really put it into words, but I'm not gonna lie, I did read it and I was kind of scratching my head the whole time. Use the lowest amount of revives in 9.3 than any other content. I think me too, Debo. And I think it's just because they delay releases so much. Still wonder why Archangel doesn't have a 7-star? Probably just so they can sell him later down the line. He is a really strong champion. And unfortunately, you see that trend where, for some reason, by the way, I don't know why, because the champions they release are really strong. Like Serpent's a 7-star, Nico's a 7-star. I don't think there's an excuse Archangel can't be a 7-star. But there's someone at Kabam doing that sort of like calculus where if a champion is too good, they kind of drag their feet a little bit on making that champion a 7-star. So I think that's probably what's happening. Is the game like about to end? 3rd and 24th? That's crazy. But yeah, I think Debo, the revive thing, I think part of their post is true. I think players are better at the game. But I think that's not completely true either. Like, they like to say that the change in people using resources is because people are better at the game. I think there's truth to that, but I think also they just power crept the heck out of their game. Like, who's gonna die more? If I'm using a 7-star Serpent, or if I'm using a 7-star like Drax? You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of champ we were using for content back in the day. But now you have all these champions with all these convoluted BS overpowered abilities. Of course people are going to use less resources. Crazy. Yeah, I could see 7-star Archangel eventually. But I think it would come at a time that there was a big sale. Probably. But yeah, I thought that statement was maybe a little bit disingenuous. It's like, no, or you guys are just letting some champions get through that are way too good. And then people get those champions and have an easier time. But yeah, better champions. I think Battlecast do a ton for helping people, right? Like, being able to extend combos and stuff is incredibly valuable. And I don't know if they themselves really knew the depth of being able to combo extend with just a Battlecast. Because then you can chain a lot of specials you couldn't chain before and stuff like that. Or just, like, stall out. They only care about Battlegrounds now? I think that's definitely their focus. Unfortunately, because I much prefer, like, story and stuff like that. But the thing that bothers me about that is it's literally only catering to, like, the 1%. Because, like, for the spenders, yeah, you can be competitive in Battlegrounds. You can push, like, Celestial or, you know, just the high ranks in general. And, okay, yeah, technically speaking, like, there's nothing stopping you from being free to play and making that same push. But let's be honest with ourselves. Like, you can play a fight, and I say this all the time. You can play a fight perfectly. But if the guy across... If the guy across from you just has a bunch of rank 4s, you lose because he's doing the fights faster. And also, you're doing the fight slower because the health pools are bigger for his defenders. Like, you can be tactical as much as you want, but at the end of the day, money is king in a mode like that. It gives you a lot more options. Oh, finally, I gotta go throw my 7 stars around, by the way. So, and I don't want to sound like I'm whining or anything about it, but I'm hoping that their unranked and ranked Battlegrounds mode that is releasing is going to be maybe the solution to that problem. I don't know if it will be. We'll just have to see how the player base shakes out and how things turn out. Yeah, it's rough out there, Devo. Like, I went on a 10-loss streak once. That was crazy. I'm not saying I should never lose at this game, but oh my gosh, did that suck. I thought it was fun, Widow, to have the challenge of, like, trying to, like, try to think a little bit more. I'm not saying you don't have to think for, like, nodes in 9.3. Some you definitely do, but I don't think I should ever be able to really, like, load in with a certain champion and instantly win. And I think that's just too hard to balance around because there's too many champions in the game now. But it was nice, like, to have to strategize a little bit more. Like, I'm going to bring this champion for this fight, and I'm going to have to play it this way. But then I'm going to have to switch up my playstyle and champion for the fight right after that because there's, you know, like, a different thing I have to do for that champion, stuff like that. Versus now, where I can run an entire lane with Count Nefaria, like, zero problem. Or, like, Serpent or something. Yeah, I'd be so tilted, Debo. So yeah, I think you have to think to an extent, but I think, like, there is a lot more, like, ability to solo entire lanes now. And I think that makes it like, come across as a lot easier than maybe it used to. But that's just virtue of power creep. And you can't just, like, make crazy BS nodes to counter the power creep, because then the power creep champions are going to be the only ones that you can do that content with in the first place. And they don't want to, like, gatekeep the content that hard. So it's a little bit tricky. Little bit tricky. And I say it all the time. I don't envy the jobs of some people at Kabam. Like, I would not want to have to balance this game. It'd be It would be a Herculean task, to be honest. And with games like this, like every year is uncharted territory, right? It's a difficult model to keep up. Yeah, I don't know. I think I miss the idea of Act 6. Like, I miss the idea of difficult content. There's still difficult content. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, I just don't think it hits the same because we have got some crazy champions in the game now. Like, the balance, dude, if I was on the balance team, I would not be able to sleep at night. I would just be racking my brain for how to fix things. But you can't, unless you wanted to just like full reset, and, like, delete every champion from the game, start from scratch. Yeah, no, that is actually so accurate, Stud. The progression in this game is incredibly fast compared to what it used to be. Like, you can clear your way to Valiant in a couple weeks. Less than that if you have a lot of money. Sure, you have to get a little bit lucky with, like, champion pulls, but like I said, there's so many good champions in the game now, that's a little bit easier. Yeah, Charles, like I said, story content is my favorite content. I just wish it was released a little bit faster. And I know that's just like me being greedy, but it doesn't feel like there's that much, like, I mean, you just gotta brainstorm the nodes, I guess. Like, it feels like they should be able to release story like much faster than they do. And honestly, it's probably because of the lore side of things. And like, they have to do like art and dialogue and code all that in and stuff. Obviously, there's playtesting and stuff that happens too. But dude, if we cut out story stuff entirely, because, I mean, come on. I think probably a good 90% of the player base hits skip on dialogue. That's just the way it is. Like, people don't read the story for this game. It's a freaking gacha mobile game. It doesn't need a story to be, like, in-depth or anything. Let's just take that away, and then instead of getting a new chapter every, like, I don't know, like, what, 5-6 months? We can get a new chapter every 3 months? Something? I don't know. Dude, I know, Debo. It's crazy. But they want you to ramp up quick so that you actually will buy offers. Because I think for a lot of people, because there's like progression-based offers in the store for like Banquet and July 4th and Cyber Monday. Like, at least for me, right? Why would I spend like $200 for just a 5-star? Whereas if I'm Valiant, I can actually get a 7-star, which is the max value in the game. You know what I mean? And so I think people probably see that and they see, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't spend money on the game. I'm going to be getting to 7 stars in like a month or two. Like, there's no reason you should spend money in that instance. So I think they're trying to really push people to get Valiant as fast as possible, so that they'll be more likely to purchase things. It also elevates you into like the group of people that they call endgame players, which puts you in more of a collector position than anything, which also promotes spending. Yeah, I think story content needs to be much faster. It would be healthy for the game. I mean, like, EQ helps a little bit. Right? It kind of, like, can stem the content drought to a point, but I don't think enough. At least not enough for me. But I'm more than willing to admit that I play this game like I'm addicted. Well, I mean, I don't, because I just play it when I stream, but that I play this game probably infinitely more than most people, just because I'm playing it every single day for stream. And so my opinion is definitely skewed a little bit. So maybe like the content for like your everyday Joe Schmo that's not watching MCOC streamers and stuff and doesn't play the game a lot, maybe it is enough for them. I'm not sure. But back to my point earlier, like they clearly want you to speed run to Valiant. That's why you see all these chapters getting nerfed. Like Act 6 was a barrier to a lot of people. Like even as far as like a few months ago, I knew a lot of people that are like gate kept at Act 6. And they just like couldn't progress. Like I was in like alliances with people back in the day that had accounts that were like double the size of mine, but they just weren't as good at the game. And they were just stuck. Just stuck at Act 6, man. They just couldn't clear it for some reason. They were having too hard of a time. And Kabam, I don't think, wants that. They want people to spend. Spend, spend, spend. I did always think it was kind of weird that Act 6 was like disproportionately hard, though. Still a great game, though. I still like playing MCOC, don't get me wrong. I just want to play it more. Is that a bad thing? I don't think so. I don't even remember my Act 6 experience. It's all a blur for me now. I think there were Act 6 was kind of like content I just slapped Time Doll on a team and kind of bullied my way through, probably. Aww. Dude, I want Dazzler at rank 4. She won't be my next rank 4, but I want her there. We got Cassandra Nova. It's your champion, Widow. About to turn King Groot to dust. Or to bones, or whatever. Act 6, all you need was Hercules, Doom, Archangel, and Red Magneto. That's true. I mean, I don't even know if you have to go that far. You just needed Hercules. Hercules, like, hardcore broke the game a little bit. That was like, okay, maybe that was the Nexus event. I don't know. I initially say it was Serpent because he was so busted, he raised the bar too high on the balancing, but maybe it was Herc. No, I don't know that Herc would. Well, Hercules, yeah, he probably did. He definitely raised the bar a little bit quicker. I think we would have gotten an immortality gimmick at some point, whether he came out then or like a couple years in the future. Maybe with the Act 6 nerf, I'll have to do a new account challenge sometime. That would be nice. Kabam still hasn't recovered from Herc. Well, dude, Hercules wouldn't be as bad if there wasn't such an insane revive farm at the time. That was like what really made Hercules horrible. Is because there was the chapter that you could farm revives and full energy refills. So you could get a ton of revives pumping out if you just sat there and kept going in that quest over and over again. And then Hercules gets the full benefit from his immortality anytime you revive him. It's not like Serpent where he has like a persistent charge and it goes away. Hercules will always get his immortality. So you could just revive, do all your damage while your hits are unblockable, and then you could die, but it didn't matter because you have so many revives in the bank anyway. You can just bully your way through everything. I think Serpent was like, is I think the biggest Nexus event, but I think Herc was maybe the first like sign of potential things to come. Like, my opinion on Serpent is that I think he set the... I think he killed the game whenever this game dies, like maybe a couple years early. Just because he power crept everything so bad. And then when Kabam didn't nerf him, that the bar stayed right there with Serpent. So now every champion has to be above him. That's how games like this work, and that's how they keep selling new champions. With the occasional dud, which, yeah, that does exist. But yeah, that's how we're seeing like Nico and stuff like that in the contest, right? And like Hercules was that to an extent, but his kit wasn't as busted as Serpent, so they could work around his kit a little bit with like nodes like True Death or whatever it's called, stuff like that. But like now we have champions that's kit is like so stacked, it's hard to stop them from doing content even if you try. Yeah, I do think Hercules was ahead of his time too, though. Just not as severely. Just herc it, bro. It's the catchphrase of the game. Domino versus Domino? This one guy made all the busted champs? Are you talking about DLL? Father Longlegs, as it were? I just don't know how those guys make it to live. Like, it's actually crazy. Hey, no all caps, Widow. Oh, before DLL? I don't know who it is then. DLL and then the guy that was on this Kabam live stream, Joel. They're the only champion devs I know or have ever heard of. DLL has made some busted champions though. I think they just cook a little bit too hard. It was Broccoli. Oh, I think I remember that guy. Or I remember Brian Grant mentioning him at some point. Was he... Did he design iBomb too, or am I making that up? Nice Hulk gameplay? Thank you, Charles. Thank you. No Jabari Panther, but still pretty good. Yeah, those champs were crazy. He did make I-Bomb. Okay, cool. So I remember that at least. Does he not work at Kabam anymore? Is that why we haven't seen a champion from him in a long time, I assume? Did they fire him for cooking too hard? Was he a classic case of the old suffering from success? He interviewed. Okay, that's why I remember that, Zemo. Thank you. Because I know, I think Brian Grant even made, like, a suggestion that made it into his, like, kit or something. He was, like, really proud of, like, pseudo helping design a champion, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure it was I-Bomb. Dang. Do we know why he left? Sounds like a baller. I mean, I like a lot of those champions. It's crazy how simple their kits are, but how relevant they still are. Like, you still see a lot of Nick and APOC. Imagine Kitty is a 7-star? Oh, chef's kiss. I don't think we know. Okay. Bummer. He made good champions. Maybe he moved on to, like, greener pastures. Like, maybe, like, bigger games or something. Kitty's awaken ability is broken. It is a little... Kitty, in general, is a little bit broken. The graphics look so good. Thank you, Fab. That's the power of the PC, MCOC. Aegon is another champ that changed. Actually, long form content, yeah. Aegon definitely made a lot of that marathon content a lot easier. Oh, dang it. Oh, brother. Sentinel, baby. Whoa, that was a big crit. Oh my gosh. Did Zemo get Zemo? He did not yet, that I know of, Fab. I think you'll know. When Zemo pulls Zemo, the world will know. You will be able to feel a vibe shift in the atmosphere where you live. The Discord will erupt. Things will go crazy. I better see, like, some serious, like, all caps, like, spamming in the Discord when he pulls Zemo. Zemo, when Zemo gets Zemo, it's gonna be like that kid when he's shiny hunting, the shiny Ponyta. And he starts freaking out when he gets it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just, like, go on YouTube and type in shiny Ponyta, and you'll understand. He'll probably start crying. I would. You know how many Titans that man has opened trying to get Zemo? It's actually inhuman. Oh, also, did you guys see in that little cinematic from the reveal that the little green tank that has Lizard in it is broken? So a lot of people are thinking we'll get Lizard, like, for surezies. Dude, fellow alliance mate? Dude, we're gonna get every member of the alliance in here before soon. You have Zemo and a gem? I have Zemo, but I don't have a gem. Nor would I use it on Zemo if I could. I don't know if I'm familiar with the meme you're talking about, Fab. Maybe I am. I do think the Zemo in the MCU is kind of memeable, though. The real question is, who's going to pull their wanted champ first? Am I going to get Spider-Ham, or will Zemo get Zemo? I'll tell you what, the odds aren't with me, but I got a good feeling one day soon, guys. Honestly, maybe even this week. I think we're going to get Spider-Ham. Lizard should have been in the game. Lizard. 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 Yeah, I agree. Dude, I suck at reparrying tonight. Dude, it drives me crazy when the AI dexes my attack. It's like, get out of here. You don't know what dexterity even is. I was kind of surprised. I feel like Baron Zemo in the MCU is kind of a letdown. Alright, you're holding out for Mole Man? Nice. You know what? As a Mole Man owner, I can definitely recommend that. Mine's not awakened, and I really wish he was. Oh, it's like an animated Zemo. Okay, I was imagining Zemo from the MCU. But that makes sense. Dude, it's good on Okoye, but I don't know. For those of you that don't know this, by the way, you can get Okoye's Sig for free just from putting her in a synergy team. Which is kind of cool. Ooh, yeah, you could also awaken Franken-Castle. Yeah, Taskmaster? Yes. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the Thunderbolts. I mean, the New Avengers asterisk. Or whatever. She won't be a meme anymore. Just saying. It did kind of bum me out though that was Taskmaster, because I was like, yo, we're gonna get another Marvel Contest of Champions person in the MCU, and then Taskmaster was just like the most disappointing character like ever. She does almost nothing. But now she will do nothing, you know? Oh boy. Why couldn't they make Cyclops run forward? Also, if you guys are enjoying the stream, I haven't said any of this yet, but if you could go ahead and drop a like, just so we can reach more people, that would be fan-freaking-tastic. Also, subscribe if you haven't already, but that goes without saying. Was Thunderbolts a good watch? In my opinion, no. But there's a lot of people that, probably some in this chat, that did like it. I thought it was garbage, personally, but Like, it's maybe a decent, like, one-time watch, but I didn't think it was like, oh, wow, this is so fantastic. I think a lot of people think it's better than it actually is because a lot of the Marvel movies have sucked so bad for so long. Like, you know, kind of a lipstick on a pig thing, where before we were just getting the pig without the lipstick. But that's my opinion, and I'm a little bit harsher on movies than most people, so... There's, like, a couple scenes that are really cool, though. There's a scene with the Sentry that's, like, super dope. Yeah, Wolverine. I don't like the no auto. I don't. If it was like something I could turn off, it wouldn't bother me as much. But it's not. It's just like you can't toggle it on and off or anything. That's my biggest drawback. If I could turn it off, I wouldn't care. But yeah, if you have access, like, it's probably going to be like like if you have nothing else to watch, it's like a decent watch. It's just, it's not a movie I would ever watch again. And it's probably a movie that if I wasn't joking about it as it was happening, I probably would have fallen asleep. It allows for easier intercepts. If the AI cooperates, and if your reaction times are fast enough. Like, it can come in handy sometimes, but for me, it mostly, just, at least for my playstyle, I guess, it bothers me. Uncollected player with a 7-star Corvus. Man, somebody got lucky from, like, a free crystal. That's crazy. You wonder when will Groot know he's OP in MCU? Are you... Wait, what? Are you wondering when Groot will get stronger, like, in this game? Maybe never. We need a Groot buff, guys. I know there's, like, all this other drama, you know, and stuff in the contest right now. But if we really want to drill down on what's important, it's getting Groot the buff he deserves. For too long, he has been the laughing stock of the contest. We need to fix that right now, chat. That would be crazy luck to be uncollected with a 7-star. If you could get that Corvus Awakened too, you'd be set for a while. Oh yeah, Morbius. Wait, is the Undying buff, is that changed live already? Not that it matters, because Venom is gonna die soon. It's Morbin time. It is indeed Morbin time. Also, welcome in, Redwood. Hope you're having a good day, man. Groot and Beast. I've heard Beast a lot, but I really don't know that people. I don't know, man. I don't feel like he's a popular enough character. Like Groot, I think is, but I'm not sure about like Beast. Yo, Saitama, how you doing, man? Thank you. Thank you for the good luck, man. We're gonna get there. We are gonna get there. All right, let's see if this last patch fixed Isofiend's frame rate lag. I highly doubt it, though. Maybe? Nope. Still feels like you're playing a PowerPoint. I don't know what does that, man. I feel like Dust would be, like, more laggy. Oh, well. He became evil in the comics? Wait, are you talking about Groot, Fab? Groot's evil? No way. I just don't feel like people know of Beast, but I don't know anyone who's like, yo, Beast is my favorite X-Man. You know? I mean, maybe I just live in my own little echo chamber. But I don't know that the fan club for Beast is gonna be like significantly higher than Groot or something. King Groot is evil. Yeah, that's true. That shook me, by the way. When I first looked at the tags on King Groot, I was like, yo, he's evil? How insane. Your mother's favorite X-Men is Beast? That sounds like you're trying to diss your brother, or your mother, Charles. Beast in the Fox movies. I think Beast in the movies is kind of cool. Debo, don't you know injury prone small quarterbacks are guaranteed success in the NFL? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, oh, yeah. I mean, he has fans. Like every champion in this game has fans. And I could be wrong. Like he could definitely be like slated for a buff or something. He's literally the worst mutant in the game? Is that true? What other mutants would be worse? Nah, you might be right. I'm trying to think of like old mutant champions. Like there's Wolverine, but he at least has bleed and regen going for him. Wait, there's people out there that have ranked up Beast? That's crazy. I don't know if I've ever known anyone to rank up Beast. I feel like Beast was a champion that, like, even when he released, I don't remember there being that much hype around him. Also, Blade is kind of nice for, the thing. Oh, dang. Only if I pay attention. My goat Blade. Ooh, old Cyclops. No, I think Tim is right. Good shout. I swore there could have been, there had to have been some other champion. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Old Cyclops. Cyclops Red or Classic or whatever he's called in this game. Original. Yeah, he's got to be the worst. He's got to be. No, I think that's a good call. Let's see what else. Yeah, it's probably literally just old Cyclops. Yeah. And then Beast, like Cyclops and Beast. New Xavier School, that's what it is. Old Cyclops had armor break? I mean, Beast has bleed. I think, doesn't he? Oh, he's resistant to bleed effects too. That's OP. Are you kidding me? No, maybe he doesn't have bleed. I thought he had bleed in his kit. I guess he doesn't. I mean, the armor breaks don't matter if your attack stat is so low. Wow, dude, how is my red Cyclops not awakened? That's crazy. Damage from beam attacks is not reduced by blocking once a combo of 15 or more is reached. Can strike with critical hits even while the opponent is blocking. Critical hit-based abilities will not trigger through a block. And then every special is just a different armor break. And then he can randomly boost his crit rating. So yeah, I mean... he can increase his critical rating too if you complete a freestyle combo. Well, oh, he has a regen, really? Blocking an attack followed by a medium, light, light, medium combo. Regenerates health per move. That's crazy. I didn't know Beast had regen. I don't know how that makes sense. He can inflict direct damage. I think they're like similar. If you had them both right now, I need to max these guys out and we could do a damage comparison. That could be funny. Wait, is the game over now, Debo? Yeah, Beast is definitely a candidate, though. Also, I will be right back. Give me, like, I don't know, 15, 30 seconds? Beast low-key good? Miguel, I would like to see some good Beast gameplay. You should send some in the Discord. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe with some numbers tweaks, his kit could be okay. It's definitely possible. Definitely possible. I will say, for how like convoluted and complicated it looks like Beast's like kit is, it's surprisingly bad. Yo, Hikuri, what's up? Ooh, that's true. Cyclops' special attacks are a lot easier to dodge. That's a good point. If you want to see a bad kit for an old character, though, Elektra is ridiculously bad. She is kind of like every single special she does is basically the same. Dark Beast? What is that, Miguel? I did see that, Charles. That's a lot, dude. Keep grinding, though. Keep on keeping on. I have no idea what interaction was giving her so much power there, but at least she's dead. Probably debuff related or something. Gotta keep on. I'm actually so excited for Banquet. I don't think I can really express that enough. It's gonna be legit. Dark Beast, Evil 2? Dude, Dark Beast just sounds like they could not come up with another villain. And they were like, let's just put Dark in front of any X-Man. That'll be our villain. Creative. I like it. Oh no. $30 seconds left, okay. Nice, Simo. He's twisted evil through his science experiments. That sounds like something Beast would do. You took your Cyclops to rank 3 today to finish half of the pass you have left in Epoch. Dude, I told you, Cyclops is actually not too bad for Epoch. His built-in, like, True Focus, or whatever it's called, is really, really helpful. It was pretty good for Cassie Lang fight. I think I used him for Prowler, too. Like, I think he worked, he just wasn't the best. A lot of those fights could have gone a lot easier, though. If he was more than rank 1. But I didn't have the resources or the patience at the time, so I just sent it. But anyway, I hope that all goes good for you, Hikuri. It'll be nice to finally get that done. I know for me it was quite the relief to not have to worry about Epoch anymore. At least until we get the inevitable Karina challenge for it or something. Oh, dang it. Good job, Mr. Electric. Another one bites the dust. Dude, Arnim Zola is such a weirdo. I was reading his, like, wiki page the other day. Doing all his, like, weird experiments and stuff. Apparently the little box on top of his head, like, can control brainwaves and stuff for, like, animals he created or something like that. It's kind of weird. Whoops. He's untouchable. You're not looking to get all the Banquet milestones, you're just looking to get the good ones? I mean, with that many, you're already, like, well on the doorstep to getting all of them. I think if I had to guess, I think it'll range from 15 to 20k units to get everything for Banquet. Redwood, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, with me, I was really debating it because I have every champion in there but 2 champs now, which would be Spider-Woman and Carolina Dean. But I had already promised the initial comp opening, so I was gonna open it already, like, regardless. Even though I really didn't necessarily want to. And then luckily, I got Gallon, who was my other champ at the time that I didn't have. But I feel like if I were to open up another one, I'm kind of pushing my luck. I think I will. I think I'm probably going to save the second comp Nexus. Kansas City lost. What a good day. We get a stream MCOC. The Chiefs lost. Oh, beautiful. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. But yeah, I think I'm gonna save it. Like, it's a long time to save a Nexus, but I think it'll be worth. I think it'll be worth. And I didn't commit to open this one. I only committed the first one. Zola works closely with MODOK and Red Skull. Yeah, they would seem like the evil trio. You have all the champions? You just want to dupe your Zemo? That's respectable. It's just, I've reached a point now, I think I have... I rolled the dice last time and I got lucky, but I don't think I should roll it again. And like, Spider-Woman is ridiculously good, and then... So is Carolina Dean, but... Not enough to, like... justify opening another Nexus. You need Dracula? I think that's going to be probably everybody's most looked for champion. Unless we have like a new development and like somebody discovers like a really crazy OP way to play another champion. I do just gut feeling there's going to be a lot of people hunting Dracula. A lot of people, man. Here, come walk across the mine. Thanks, buddy. Dude, he looks so goofy. I say that every time. Gotta see what he did to get the winning touchdown. Debo, if you want to send me a link to like a Twitter post or something on Discord, I can go take a look at it. I can't show that on stream though. Like I know for certain like the NFL, not chill people with like watching anything from their games on the internet unless you have permission. They're not homies for that. Wouldn't mind Dracula or Franken-Castle. I think I want Dracula more by like a mile. I think Franken-Castle will be really strong. He just seems like he'll be a little bit tricky to learn to play well. Like, any playstyle that basically requires you to get hit is like, it's risky. Brother, why you gotta evade like that, Spider-Man? Spider-Man, you're the worst. Zola, Torres, Gentle, Mystic Spidey, Dazzler, and Okoye leaving. Yeah, that's honestly a pretty good, like, group of champs to get out of the Titan. Like, some of them feel like they've fallen off enough to where they can finally join the basic. It feels like, dude, we've had, like, a crazy trend. Like, it feels like, the last Titan rollover, people were talking about it being the best Titan ever. And then I guarantee people will say the same one about this. Titans be eating good. You know, I just wish we didn't have to wait like a quarter of a year to get the next Titan champs. Like, I say this every time, but isn't it like... It's like the most annoying thing to me that they'll announce a champion and I feel like I can't get excited about a champion. Like, I'm excited about Dracula, but why? I'm not going to be able to get him for months, you know? Like, it's just kind of a bummer. And even then, I might not get him. Just the big sad. Oh, I dex way too... Oh, I thought that was a special too. Oh, I'm glad he died. That sneeze could have got me. Whoa. Excuse me. I hope that wasn't too loud for you guys. Also, welcome to the stream if you're new. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Yeah, unless I get ridiculously lucky on a Valiant, you know, you just have to wait so long. It kind of sucks that the meta is like you have to just save Titans. It would be cool if you could just open them willy-nilly. But it doesn't really feel like the game plays into that very well. Yeah, I know, it'll be in December. So I said a couple months. I could just turn into a whale. Then I'll never have that complaint ever again. Imagine my body just starts turning into a whale. Fun fact, by the way. I would die if I turned into a whale right now. Other fun fact. You can sell whale vomit for like thousands of dollars. Isn't that weird? If you find like whale puke in the ocean, you can sell it. The easy way to do it? Yeah, whaling. Hey, I would much rather have Mystic Spidey than I would have had Red Hulk. Oh yeah, one more punch and you're gone, buddy. Have I seen the movie The Whale? I have not. I like Brandon Fraser, though. It's just not really a movie that tickles my fancy. Floats my boat, as it were. I'm glad he had like a career like resurgence though, and had like that comeback. I think that's cool. He's one of my more favorite actors. It's not a Tuma. Oh, does a Tuma go unstoppable when you evade? No? $660 Red Hulk? Dude, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. I'm not part of that club. I actually never pulled Red Hulk. But I know some people. Just that's all they could pull. Looking at you, Tim. The absolute balls to put Red Hulk in there, by the way. Man, that Kabam employee. Troll of the year. I hope they only pulled Red Hulks from that Titan pool. Started power reading one time. Wait, what? Are you talking about the whale Wolverine? I know he's like super overweight in that movie. Come on, man. How is Mysterio immune to poison? And if you're going to tell me it's only because he's a hologram, he's not immune to everything else in the game. So how does that happen? Ah, Debo, you were a victim of the Red Hulk, huh? My condolences, dude. You're a Dolphins fan and you kept pulling Red Hulk? Dude. That's tough. At least I had Titan luck for me to get me through it. Yeah, I should actually pay attention. Mysterio bothers me. Okay. Now we're good. But that movie did really well, I think, didn't it? Red Hulk without giving him a buff. Who was in the meeting? I don't know, but we need names, dude. We need to hold people accountable. That was just such a slight to the player base. We didn't deserve that. And then you proceed to just cook the game for the next few months? Come on, man. You pulled Idoom like 7 times from the Titan? Dude, I haven't pulled Idoom a single time. That's still a champion I'm without, too. Like, my Titan luck has been pretty fortunate, you guys. I've been pretty lucky with the Titan. That's all, though. Like, basics, not so much. Although I did get Quicksilver the other day. And I do have long shot. So it's been pretty decent so far. So I don't want to complain too hard. But still no Spider-Ham, so everything else is like, can I consider it a victory? Kind of. Not really, though. On the bright side, Devo, like, Idoom has crazy high prestige still. He's still, if you wanted to make a prestige rank, not a bad one. He's not, like, top of the contest anymore. But he's still pretty high. He's rank 3. I bet he cracks the top prestige for, he probably breaks in past some of your rank 4s, I bet. He's in the top 5? Yeah. I think the prestige top 5 is like High Evolutionary, Quicksilver, Idoom. There's another really, like, new champ that's up there too. Not that I care that much about prestige. I care just a little bit. Enough to, like, have it influence my decisions. Dude, Honey Bunch's votes are goated. Idoom's rank 4. Quicksilver's not in the top 5? Are you sure? He's close then. I know Quicksilver's really high. Okay, he's high though. I know he's high. Yeah, top 10 would make sense. He at one point was hot, like either number 1 or number 1 adjacent. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is all the old prestige kings have fallen off a little bit. The real gamers rank for Max Sig Juggernaut, though. Oh, Onslaught. That's the one I was forgetting. Also, have Valkyrie's daggers always been shiny like that? I don't remember him looking like that. Yeah, I need to get my Quicksilver awakened. He's somebody I'd like to rank up. Just a champion I like playing, not like necessarily cracked out of his mind. They were not shiny? Okay. I'm glad I'm not going crazy. I mean, you could make a decent argument I was crazy already. but good. Heck yeah, dude. Pew 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 pew. See, that gun sound effect I like, because it's like loud and it's like punchy. It feels like a gun. That's what I want Zemo's gun to sound more close to. Not just like cap gun or something. Like, I understand it's probably gun accurate. It just sounds goofy. Speaking of Zemo, actually. How dare you evade me? Oh, I know. I wish Misty didn't take so long to ramp. It's really cool to be able to have, like, guaranteed crit and unblockable. You were summoned. Like, I've used Misty Knight for the, like, occasional, like, niche quest in the past. I haven't had to use her ever since Bullseye existed, but like, she's pretty good for, like, crit me with your best shot kind of stuff. That's a champion I wouldn't mind getting a buff. But I don't think they would ever, like, give her a, like, huge buff. It would probably just be, like, a small kit rework. Like, maybe her max charges would go to, like, 6 or 5 or something. I don't know. You can't make her, like, perma unblockable too easy to get. Oh, I don't think she'd get a buff either. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't mind it if she did. Alright, there goes the cow. Your alliance mate has her at rank 4 Sig 200. Wow. I take it he really likes Misty Knight, huh? I mean, they exist. I think Saiyan really likes Misty Knight. He's in here from time to time. Send some crazy vids of her damage. I'd be interested in seeing those. I don't think she, like... She doesn't get a lot of attention, I feel like. Which is kind of surprising. I mean, she's just... She's not awful, but she's not, like, fantastic either. I feel like she's kind of in the Patriot realm. Although Patriot's probably better than her now, since his buff. But yeah, I think maybe she was a little bit faster. I'm sure she has a synergy or two out there that makes her a lot better. But now I'm kind of interested in seeing that gameplay. Ugh, man thing, why do you have so much health and defense, man? He's so tanky. Jugs has a synergy where he doesn't get penalized for class disadvantage. That would be nice to have. Dude, I love me synergies, man. I wish they were a bigger part of, like, the game. I feel like they don't get the love as much as they used to. Which is, like, it's fair, I guess. I would rather them spend more time on, like, designing the champions themselves instead of, like, trying to spend all this time balancing and, like, testing synergies. It's just really adds a fun, like, dynamic to the game where you can get champions performing, like, outside of how they usually would. Or just, like, if you have anything in a character's kit that everybody universally hates, it's, I mean, ideally you'd want that in their kit, but it's nice to at least have the option for it to be, like, fixed with a synergy in the future. You just have to be careful. Otherwise, you get synergies that absolutely melt, like Agent Venom. Which I think they don't want to happen again. Do I think it would break Battlegrounds if you could have synergies active? Yeah. Probably. It would make game planning a lot harder. Like, it would be... like, it... You need to be able to count on champions not being able to counter certain things. And some synergies can enable countering certain things. Yeah, I think it would make Battlegrounds way too difficult. It would be a fun idea, though. Like, maybe when you're making your deck, you could pick one synergy to give each champion in your deck. But I think that system would get way too convoluted and confusing. Come on, thing. Yeah, buddy. Dude, Sunspot used to be one of the prestige gods too, I think. Or maybe not god, but he was like a demigod, I think. You boosted in the arena? Very nice. We don't do that here. I should, honestly. I have so many boosts expiring. At very high prestige? Okay. But I thought, I don't really, like, remember all the prestige meta champions. Because I was never in an alliance they really cared that much. I was at one point, but Prestige, they weren't quite in the bracket where Prestige mattered yet. I think at Champ Release he might have been. Dang, Debo, you actually play for new release champs? I stopped caring about Arena so long ago. I like just use it for units now. Oh, I was not paying attention. Oh my gosh, we're going against Voldemort. Tom Marvolo Riddle. Dude, that's actually crazy. I watched Harry Potter today on TV. MCOC, I think, is listening, you guys. They know. But man, I do kind of miss the arena grinds. I mean, it was like... oh, sorry. My bad. My bad. No, I'm no... Dude, I would be the guy going around saying his name. If I was, like, actually in the Harry Potter universe, I'm obnoxious enough that I guarantee you I'd go around spouting off Voldemort's name. All day, every day. People would be like, shh, Beedizzle, stop. Stop. You're like, no, are you kidding me? It's just a name. What's he gonna do? Kind of thing, you know? What are you gonna do? Bleed on me? Back over 20k units. Dude, you gonna blow in it all on Cyber Monday, aren't you, Zemo? Also, what's up, Lee? Some Gryffindor activity? Dude, when I took the test, I was a Ravenclaw. Believe it or not. So, which, by the way, I did play as a Ravenclaw in Hogwarts Legacy. That game is fantastic. Man, I can't wait for the second one. Yeah, dude, imagine not being able to... Dude, actually getting dunked on by a baby? Yikes, embarrassing. You call yourself the best wizard, greatest wizard ever? Are you kidding me? But Voldemort couldn't take down Serpent? Probably not, dude. Serpent's crazy OP. If you read, like, the Serpent lore... That'd actually be funny to imagine, though, like a Marvel Harry Potter crossover. You're a Slytherin and Hogwarts Legacy is incredible. Yes, it is, Abyss. Welcome in, man. Dude, Hogwarts Legacy is a game I want to replay when I get a better computer. I feel like I really limited my experience for that game because my computer would turn into a jet engine if I had the graphics set too high. And I think it has a lot to offer, especially if you throw in some mods they have for that game that make it look better and stuff like that. But I tell you what, if you guys have not played Hogwarts Legacy, you should. Nothing hits like wombo comboing your enemies with spells. Oh my gosh. And then finishing it off with an Avada Kedavra. Chef's kiss. The fact they let you just learn the unforgivable curses is the greatest thing ever. You hate Warlock in AQ Map 8. You hope they change him soon. I am not familiar with that fight, but I hope you can take it down, Hickory. If there was Harry Potter MCOC. Now, here's the question though. Would it be a MCOC-like game just with Harry Potter characters? Or would we do a collab event where you could play as Voldemort, Dumbledore, and stuff inside of current MCOC? Which one would you guys rather see? I think it would be really cool to have it be just the Harry Potter universe, but have it be MCOC style. My only worry with that is I think like spells and stuff would get kind of repetitive. I feel like you might need to have it be where they're just like collab characters in this game. I don't think I have, stud. I don't really have Titania, or I didn't for a long time, so probably not. But that sounds kind of probably like that's a super long stun. There you go, and now you have it. Just use Deathless King Groot. Harry Potterverse, just MCOC style. Okay. I mean, I think it would be a good game. A fighting game with Harry Potter characters would be sick. Like, the more I think about it, like, imagine how fluid you could make it. Like, doing, like wand gestures and stuff. And there's, like, some really cool, like, imaginative things you could do with spells, I think. I don't know if it would have, like... No, I guess it would probably have enough characters. Like, there's a lot of, like, side characters you could put in the game. But just imagine you just doing, like, a bunch of wand whip movements and tossing your enemy around. That could be cool. You could do the same thing with, like, Star Wars. That would be kind of cool. What? Hikuri, you mean you don't want to spend like 100,000 units just to get champions you missed out on? You crazy. Give Kabam your money. Just kidding. Regular King Groot works well. Yeah, probably because he has the... Isn't he immune to power drain? I think he is. And you can also get armor break. And the King Groot special 2 absolutely destroys robots. It's very good against robots. Spellcasting in MCOC style would probably end up like Enchantress spellcasting. Yeah. Balance-wise, you're probably right. Hey, what's up, back? I'm B-Dizzle. Just kidding. Welcome back, Web. We all missed you. Now we can continue the stream. Since you're going to Vancouver, you're not going to whale. You're willing to spend some cash, though. Yeah, I don't... Is Vancouver expensive? I guess just any trip in general is, huh? I wish I could get Juggy Poo awakened, man. What am I doing? Forgot he has power gain stuff. I was too busy reading the chat again. Oh, never mind. Juggernaut is just an absolute unit. Your 6-star Dark Phoenix. I know, dude, I hate when the Deathless champions are like, this is the best champion for this. And I'm like, oh, cool. Well, sucks to be me, I guess. Vancouver is expensive in general also. I guess it is like kind of a popular like touristy destination too, isn't it? I mean, I don't know much about Vancouver, but when people are talking about Canada, Vancouver is frequently a place people go, I feel like. Vancouver, eh? I'm sorry. That was bad. Forgive me, Canadians. But yeah, I think it is kind of like a opportunity cost thing. I mean, Summoner Fest, who knows how many more there'll be. Who knows? Vancouver has gone downhill. I wouldn't know. I think a lot of major cities have, though, to be fair. Like, that's kind of a trend. There's just so many people. I think it's hard to really, like, take good care of a big, like, major city like that. Or, like, major place. You're from Ottawa? Ottawa? I hope I pronounced that right. In Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver a lot for work. Dude, work where you travel is the bomb, actually. I think if I had to just stay in one spot for work all day, I'd go crazy. Unless I was streaming, you know, like if I'm doing this, I enjoy every second of it. But if I was like working away in a cubicle or something, oh man, that's not made for me. I need to get out and like see the world and like do things. When was it uphill? Ouch. The stud coming in from the rafters. Dang. There's a big drug problem in Vancouver? That sucks to hear, man. That kind of stuff just like kind of depresses me. That stuff's hard to kick, man. Just kind of bums me out a little bit. Because I bet a great majority of those people like just like needed a helping hand at some point, you know? I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into the weeds on this one though, guys, because we might get into some political issues that I'd rather not get into, so. I hope it goes well for you, Zemo. Yeah, dude, I honestly, that's like so many units, man. I wonder if they're just gonna go full balls to the wall with it and just like blow them all on Banquet just so they can try to get #1. I wouldn't if I won, but that would be funny if they did. You had a job where all you did was put the foil on top of wine bottles? Dude, that sounds like easy mode. Easy jobs are the best, man. If you can find the balance of like easy job and like maximum money, that's the stuff, man. Like a good example, I think a lot of delivery jobs are like surprisingly easy. You just think about it. And I will say, like, I've done a lot of delivery jobs in the past, like delivering like appliances and furniture and plumbing equipment, stuff like that. You actually, you surprisingly get kind of exhausted just from driving, just because your body, like your muscles, you don't realize it at the time. But since you are moving at like 70 miles an hour, your body has to like tense certain muscles to compensate that so that your innards don't go all crazy. And you'd be surprised at how like tiring a job like that can be, you know? And you also have to stay focused for long periods of time so you don't get into a crash if you're a good delivery driver. But I mean, think about it, dude. You're getting paid for driving. It's like literally one of the easiest things on the planet. You're only doing your actual job, depending on what you're installing or delivering, for like minutes at a time. Crazy value. And then usually they pay pretty good, unless you're delivering like pizzas or food or something. Next majors. Yeah, probably like the next Dark Phoenix kind of event. But if you're smart, I think you just save it to max out the events themselves. I don't think you go for ranking or anything. You got to pump those numbers up, WAP. Get that bad boy to 200. Easy to do, hard to stay sane. Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, that's how a lot of assembly line jobs are, Wolverine. That sounds like that's probably what it was. You get to the point where you can do those jobs without thinking, but like, you're just standing or sitting around doing absolutely nothing. Most places at least will let you like listen to music or something. So there's that. Oh, bologna sandwich. Dude, I freaking love streaming. Can I just say that? It's like gotta be the best thing ever. Sorry, it's just awesome, man. Every single day. Just like having random people in my chat that I don't know. Some people live in Canada, some people live in Russia, some people I don't know. They're just like everywhere, you know? Like that's so freaking cool to me, man. You guys are all here to watch me play MCOC and talk about football? Or anything, really? What does his SIG do? Hikori, I will say, WAP is like quite the daredevil enjoyer. Got a construction company. You don't work hard? That's the strat, Lee. Like... I'm playing around with the idea myself of maybe like becoming a plumber or just some sort of trade with like the end goal of like owning my own business. Because I feel like I'm like good with people, or at least I feel that way. And like streaming has helped that. Tons of other experiences I've had in life. I just feel like the customer interaction side of things I'm pretty good with. And I think I could maybe do well running a business. But also, I wouldn't be replaced by machines anytime soon, you know what I mean? That's what makes choosing a career in this day and age so difficult, you guys. Like, for me, when I was still in college, I tried to pick degrees that wouldn't get replaced by robots, but like, so many of those jobs are going to get replaced by machines, man. So many. Assuming we keep innovating our like, the AI and stuff. Plumbers can make great money? I know, dude. That's, I mean, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't like the biggest reason. I'm I'm a big enjoyer of money. I know that sounds really self-centered, but who isn't? Also, I like working with my hands, and I enjoy like building things. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to like sway anybody's opinions, but if you look at the statistics, you guys, if you want to go into construction or in the trades, right now is an insanely good time. The statistic, I mean, it changes a little bit, but the principle is the same. On average, there's like, for every like 7 people or something retiring from like the trades or construction, there's like 1 or 2 people replacing them. So there's going to be so many job openings and stuff. Like, I don't think a lot of people really understand. Like, it's just a job not a lot of people want to do. I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. And if you can get into the construction area of things, and I'm sure that Lee probably has seen this as well, it's a good time to kind of corner that market, because there's a lot of people and not a lot of people filling in for them. It's a good time to get in. Oh yeah, that's like my biggest hesitation, Lee. Like, you know, trying to get all that stuff set up. On the bright side, like I said, we do have AI, and that can like help teach me how to do a lot of that stuff at the very least. But I'm not opposed to like having to like really struggle for the first couple years, and at least until I kind of get a little bit of it going. But dude, I've never been the kind of person who enjoys having a boss. I like the freedom to like innovate and like change things if I think it's going to make something better. And you would think a boss would want that too, but in my experience, they don't. They just want They want things to be the same and to be the way they always have been. And that has always grinded my gears so much. Like, I can kind of understand a certain level of consistency that you want to keep with like how a certain job is done, or like within the company and stuff. But if I come to you with an idea that I think that would just save time and money, and you're just like, won't make that change, I just can't understand that. I'll never understand it. But anyway, bottom line is this. I think there's a lot of people that aren't really planning their future careers around AI, and they should. And the trades are an excellent route for that. End of my TED Talk. .3D printers with concrete? So those exist. Yeah, Hikuri, there's 3D printed houses. They're just not quite at the, like, they just look crappy, and they're like crappy budget small homes for the most part. And if I was a plumber, like, you're not going to 3D print the plumbing and stuff. But they do 3D print homes. But they're like small homes. Heck yeah. You know what? I'll allow that though. NASA's dope. I love 3D printers too. I think the technology is really cool. Like when I first got my 3D printer and I 3D printed something, you may not, like, if you have a 3D printer, you probably understand the feeling. But no joke, you feel like God. Because you're like, holy crap, I just created something out of what feels like nothing. It's crazy, dude. And you're like, oh my gosh, your brain starts to expand and you think of all the possibilities of things you could make and like all this other stuff. It's just a really weird, like, euphoric feeling. I don't know how to describe it really, but it's so cool. It's so cool when you see something, especially if there's something that you yourself design in like a 3D printed or like a CAD software, and you 3D print it. Nothing like it, dude. The trades are gold. You got in way back when you were young, picked something you were good at and ran with it. Never will you regret that decision. Made a great life and no doubt for school. Or no debt for school. Yeah, I think I've been dragging my feet a little too long on it. But I definitely think the trades are the way to go, and probably the way I'll go. Unless streaming starts popping off. My biggest worry for that is I'm going to be so tired from a full-time job I won't be able to stream at the end of the day. Which would be like super bummer for me, because this has been like such an uplifting experience, and it's been really cool to meet everybody and like start a community. I like the fact there's people watching me click the help button over and over again right now is beyond me. We're almost there. Man, tonight's arena went off without a hitch, though. That was quick. Oh, finally. Finally, dudes. This is gonna put us... this week, we're gonna break 28k, probably. Not right here, though. Okay. But yeah, going to school... I don't know how it is in, like, Canada and stuff, but at least in the United States of America, at least for me especially, when you're at public school, it's nothing but them shoving college down your throat. Like, you have to go to college and get a degree or your life is going to suck and you're never going to make enough money. Which, like, there's something to be said for getting a degree, but I really wish they would have promoted, like, alternate forms of income and higher learning. I think, like, the trades are probably better in a lot of cases than going to college. Have I been streaming a long time? I've been streaming... oh, how long, guys? I started streaming... maybe 4 or 5 months back? How long? Yeah, maybe like, yeah, 4 or 5 months back. And the hero rating on my account is right here for you. So I have been playing this game since launch. Off and on, though. I think like anybody, I've taken a lot of breaks in this game. Some of them have been years at a time. But this game is like, dude, I just keep coming back to it. Like, I've enjoyed this game. I just get burned out once in a while. Although lately, I've discovered if I don't get into a competitive alliance, I don't burn out. At least not yet. So, things have been all gravy. You would totally be one of those people who climb on top of radio towers and change the light. Dude, that job would be so sick. You have to work like 1 or 2 days out of the year. That's so crazy. And it's like a 6-figure job. If you're if you don't mind a little bit of risk, underwater welding as well. Underwater welding is insanely lucrative. And you work like 2 weeks out of a year. You usually go work on like an oil rig or something. Or you just weld like cables underwater or something. But it's seriously dangerous. You're sitting at 10.5 mil? Oh my gosh. Yeah, your account dwarfs mine. That's for sure, Lee. I kind of wonder where I would have been. Like, I've never been a whale or anything. I only ever really buy Plat Pass. But if I had never taken those breaks, dude, I wonder where my account could be. I'm very happy with where it's at right now, though. We've made some insane progress since I started streaming. Like, and we've been getting pretty lucky. We have a pretty good roster, I'd say. Senti, baby. We got Nico. Dude, Nico's gonna probably... oh, man. I think her prestige is higher than Nefaria. I think she'll pass Nefaria eventually. Maybe? Maybe not? I don't know. You hate water? City water and power pays well, has good health benefits. One thing my dad taught me growing up at Korea is, like, if you can, at least in the States, if you can get a government job or like working for the city, or retirement and stuff for those is pretty good. I think being a firefighter would be super dope, but it's just pretty competitive. You hate water, you don't know why, but your entire life you've been a swimmer or anything like that. Oh, you've never been a swimmer? That's not for everyone. Dude, the water can be kind of intimidating, especially if you're in the ocean. Because it's like massive, and who freaking knows what's going to come up and bite your leg off. Schools are very much the same here. They push for university and stuff, but you have a lot of alternative schools that you can go to strictly learn trades if you're serious about it. I had a good friend. He lived in, I think, Calgary. I haven't talked to him in a super long time, but he was learning carpentry. Which was like totally foreign to me. Like in the States, you don't really hear of people like going to learn trades like while they're in school or anything. Yeah, WAP, you're gonna pass me. I know you'll pass me. Probably in a few months. I wouldn't be surprised. Your prestige is already higher than mine. You just, dude, it's the top tier alliance makes a big difference. Also money, but yeah, I think the trades are awesome. Underrated for sure. Ugh. Whew. So. Oh, all right. Let's go make sure we don't have any other crystals to open that I forgot about, and then I think we'll probably end the stream with a premium crystal today. Oh, there! I need to open the weekly crystal. That's for sure. Where is it? Dang it! Dude, we're close to an exalted crystal. That'll be nice. Oh, that's the way to play it, Lee. You've been with the same alliance for 10 years? Dude, that's cool. I bet you guys all, like, are best friends with each other. I really think, like, if you take this game too seriously, it's really easy to get burned out on. Like, I started feeling like I had to log in every, like, few hours because I had to move in war, or I had to move in AQ, or, like, if I died, like, I felt like I was dragging everybody down, and that you have the emotional weight of that. Because, like, when it comes to stuff like that, I want to try and do my best, right? Because I want to not be the weak link and stuff like that. That's just the kind of person that I am. And that was kind of draining, right? It's really easy to burn out. But now I'm in a chill alliance. Nobody cares. We just all log on, play once in a while. It's not like we're, like, sweats or anything. I think I could probably get in an alliance that's slightly better than the one I'm in with, like, same demeanor, but I'm okay with where I'm at right now. I think that it makes playing the game a lot more forgiving, a lot easier. All right, guys. For those of you that are new to the stream, once in a while, when we end stream, we will open a premium hero crystal. If you guess the champion that I get from this premium hero crystal right here, that's up there, not only will your luck be quintupled in this game for the next week, you will also earn yourself an exclusive crisp high five straight from myself, which is quite the euphoric experience, I will say. Okay? So if you want that, if that interests you, and it, you know, it's not for everybody, but I don't know why it wouldn't interest you, type your guesses in the chat below. I'll give you like 30 seconds or so, and then we'll rip this puppy open, and we'll see if somebody gets it right. If you're lurking, now would be the time to run up to your phone or the keyboard, hurry and smash on it. Tell me which champion I'm gonna get. Yo, you've met most of them in real life? That's so cool. That's awesome, Lee. I've definitely met a couple people from some alliances, not like in real life, but like I've met them and like grown a friendship there. Oh, whoa, Abyss. One guess only. I should have clarified that. It's singular champion guess here. I'll take your first one, which is OG Spidey. We got Doc Ock. WAP said She-Hulk. I'm gonna go with Moon Knight. I think I'll get Moon Knight. All right, let's see what we got. I think I've waited long enough. Although Abyss, OG Spidey, and Rocket have historically haunted me really bad in this game, so those are pretty good guesses. But yeah, Lee, I am live every weekday, just so you know, and I'm live at the exact same time every day. It's a Storm. Nobody guessed Storm. Dang. Maybe we'll have a winner next time. Doggone it. Doggone it. Nobody even got the correct class type, man. Natsig 140. Oof. Abyss. Oof. Dang it. No winner today, guys. No winner today. No winner. Let me go double check, make sure there's no big deal I'm forgetting about. Nope, we're good. So I think we're gonna wrap the stream up here today, guys. So I will be live tomorrow. You try to hang around most streams? Well, we're happy to have you, man. This community has been great. We've been cultivating quite the community so far. Love to have you as part of it, man. But yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Thank you so much for the awesome stream today. Mondays, you guys always bring it for some reason, which I'll never get because Monday is easily one of the most depressing days of the week. So thank you guys all for being here. Tomorrow we'll probably get into some battlegrounds because we need to push Gladiator Circuit. You're a serial gifter. It's killing me that you can't yet. It's all right. We'll get there. But yeah, if you want to join the Discord, there's links down below to my Twitter as well, in the description for this video. But I lost my train of thought. Anyway, yes, we need to push Gladiator Circuit tomorrow. That's what I was saying. So we're going to be playing probably a little bit of Arena, but then some Battlegrounds. We'll try and make Gladiator Circuit tomorrow before everybody does their last second push to try to make it there, because I've been procrastinating Battlegrounds maybe a little too long. So anyway, yeah, we'll hop into that. But yeah, that's going to do it for me today. Have a good rest of your night if it's the nighttime for you. Have a good rest of your day if it's daytime for you. Time zones are funny that way. Anyway, I will catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.